Amy Robach is joining us, putting on her NARS right now.
Oh, yeah, a little gloss.
I don't know if she can hear us or not. Can you hear us, Amy?
I don't think she can hear us.
Hi.
Good morning. We were just talking about Halloween. Do you have a costume?
No.
No,
I do not.
you do not.
No. But I do love Halloween.
You do? I don't really love it, but I have a niece and she loves it, and I love it for her. So it's the first time I'm taking a child trick-or-treating in my life. So
Oh, it's so fun.
Up. Yeah. They want me to take red wine with me. They said it makes it more fun.
Yeah, you need a roadie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can drag it along in the wagon with you.
So
Exactly.
Amy Robach, you know her podcast, Amy and TJ. It's on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. I have to say, I thought about you when Georgia played Alabama just the other day, and I was physically ill. She's a Go Dog. She's a UGAer.
Mm-hmm.
I was physically ill, Amy, after the Dogs lost.
Ryan, it was so sad because, like we've seen so many times in these heartbreakers, we almost had them.
Almost.
We were up,
Coming
we
back.
were up, and then we were coming back. And what do you know? It's just, we've had those. We actually were in the stands together with one of those heartbreakers.
We did.
The SEC championship.
We saw Alabama play Georgia, and Alabama beat them in Atlanta. We were watching the game together. But it's so strange how a sporting event, like a team, can like put you in a bad mood.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was in a
I
bad
know.
mood. I was
It's so true.
cranky. So go Dogs. Better luck next time. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, right? And you were diagnosed with breast cancer a while back. Tell us about your story, Amy.
It was exactly 11 years ago that I agreed to do a on-air live mammogram in a mammovan in the middle of Times Square for Good Morning
Right.
America.
Uh-huh.
And so that is the only reason why I was getting a mammogram that day. And I
so
thought I was doing it for other women
Mhm.
in service to others. I had no idea that I would actually a few weeks later get a breast cancer diagnosis. So that mammogram led to my ultimate stage 2 invasive breast cancer diagnosis. I had 2 malignant tumors. It had already spread to my lymph nodes.
Wow.
And I thought I was healthy. I had no family history. I literally thought it couldn't happen to me.
And there you were going through it. How did it change your life?
In every single
Yeah.
way possible. I think being a journalist, you are exposed to the worst the world can offer, and you think you're prepared for how tragic or how quickly life can escape, and you are telling other people's stories. But until it happens to you, you don't really have that light bulb go off. And so once I got through, it took me about 2 years to lift myself up physically, mentally, emotionally. I was just in a state of fear, like a constant state of fear. And ultimately I had to decide, is this going to cripple me or is this going to motivate me? And I just decided to live differently, to live better, to live in a way that literally I joke and say like a country music song. I was living like I was dying because we're all dying. We're all one day closer to death. I mean, not to be macabre, but it's true. And if you are a cancer patient or a cancer survivor or thriver, you are intimately aware of that fact.
Was it difficult for you to go publicly with this? Are you happy you did that, or would you have wanted to do it in private?
Oh, you know what? For me, I knew I did that mammogram to try and raise awareness and hopefully save a woman's life by early detection. And I knew that when I came back, once I got this diagnosis, and I went into hiding for about a week.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Deciding what I wanted to do. I was just shocked and horrified and scared. But then I thought, I know if I go back on the air and tell everyone that mammogram that they saw just led to a cancer diagnosis,
Yeah.
that so many other women would be running to their doctor's offices. And I have heard from those women. I mean, that's been the greatest gift out of all of this, is to hear someone or have someone write to you and tell you, because I saw your story, I went and I had my mammogram and I found my cancer early. So thank you. And that to me was worth everything. I'll also say, for me, I know it's hard to ask for help, and sometimes I know it's hard to be vulnerable and to let people in on something that's scary and makes you feel weak or less than. But when you let people help you, it's unbelievable what happens when you allow yourself to receive love. And that's what happened by me going public. I got to receive so much love and so much support that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And so everyone has their own story and their own pace and how and when they want to share it. But I always urge people, if you talk about it, you won't believe the love you will receive in return.
Wow.
Amy Robach with us here. And, I listen to that and I think about my parents and my family members who have been diagnosed with cancer, some of it they wouldn't have known about if they weren't getting a test or a check. So whatever it is, don't wait. Whatever it is you think you need to test or check, don't wait, because early is so important. And it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month all month long. So, Amy, are you still running 18 miles a day? Is that your routine now?
Oh my goodness. I did do a 20-miler last week.
Wow.
Oh.
So
But
annoying.
only because I know, right? I had that right up my sleeve, but
Yeah.
only because I'm actually running the Chicago Marathon in a couple weeks.
Of course she
it's
is.
Only in
course.
part of that training.
That's impressive.
And then she's
Yes,
doing an
so, yes.
Ironman. I mean, you live for this stuff. You love it. You love the torture.
You know what? I didn't do any of this stuff before breast cancer. I was a 10Ker. I did
And
a
now you go
6.2
for it.
miler. And now once I got, I recovered, I wanted to trust my body again. And I wanted to push my body further than I thought I could. And so that is the reason why I had my first marathon when I was 45.
Wow. Well, be well. Amy Robach and TJ, their podcast is on iHeart or wherever you get your podcast. Good to see you. Take good
Good to see
care.
you.
Good to see you. Thank you. Go dogs.
Bye, Amy.
Bye.
Go dogs. Yeah. Get that test, right? No matter what it is, get that check. Get
She
that
just
test.
changed my perspective. I mean,
Yeah.
that's wild.